Hello, thanks for being in a new video. This time I have full review of the Huawei FreeBuds Pro 3. Let's get started. These are the high-end headphones of this manufacturer, and the truth is that they have a lot of quality and good options. In Mexico, their launch price is 3,999 pesos. On the screen you see the reference price in dollars just to give you an idea, but remember that the prices here are not the same as there. Next, join me to know each of the details that Huawei can offer us through these devices. The design is very similar to everything we already know about the entire Huawei FreeBuds family, a capsule format with a finish that they call nanocrystal to avoid wear and tear, so you're not going to generate wear marks as quickly. In my hands, I have the green color edition, but it is also available in black and white. The case has a weight of 45.4 grams, so it is lighter than the last generation. It integrates a pairing button on the right side. In front it has an LED to know the status of these headphones, and at the bottom we find a USB-C port and curiously what appears to be a speaker that currently is not in use, but it is expected that with some update it will be able to emit some tone, probably to try to locate the headphones when you do not find them, or to issue some alert is something uncommon in headphones, although I insist that currently has no use. And in addition to the USB-C port, these headphones also support wireless charging and also have a very good design and good magnetic absorption to prevent these headphones from falling easily. As you can see, we are talking about headphones with a closed design. By incorporating these pads in the box, also included pads of different sizes for you to choose the one that best fits the size of your ear. Have a fairly reflective design and have this tube format, so the microphone will be much better directed to your ear, although they are relatively small headphones as they also have a very light weight reaching 5.8 grams in each headphone. Around the headphone we will find multiple microphones and also a proximity sensor to detect when you put on and take off the headphones, and finally regarding the resistance, they are IP50 and meter certified, so they can resist splashing water, so you can use them in the rain or while exercising. Now let's talk about the controls that incorporates this headset, because they are quite interesting. In fact, they are one of the headphones with more availability of controls, and that is very much appreciated. We have a touch surface on the sides that will allow pinch the headset to interact with an action. We can play or pause the content as well as answer or end a call. With 2 actions we can go to the next song. With 3 actions we can go to the previous song. With a long pinch we can switch between noise cancellation mode or ambient mode or even disable those effects. But what I like the most is that this touch surface is also able to detect swipe or slide, so you can control the volume easily. Then it brings quite advanced and very good default controls. And still through the application you can get to disable some things in case you find them annoying. You can also change the behavior when you keep pinching any of the headphones. In fact, you can differentiate the behavior of the left earphone with respect to the behavior of the right earphone to keep pinching. Then really yes, it seems to me a fairly extensive configuration, and this is something rare to see in headphones, even in high-end headphones. So I love it that it has all these options with respect to the sound quality. These headphones offer us a very good experience at the hardware level. We will find 2 diaphragms, the first of 11mm and the other is of planar type. Then we offer a sound that can be divided, so to speak. In fact, to make this division of frequencies has a digital crossover. In this way, the bass frequencies will be directed directly to the diaphragm responsible for reproducing these frequencies, and the middle and high frequencies will travel directly to the other diaphragm. Therefore, we have a sound of very good quality, and that even exceeds the standards in terms of frequency support, since in this case it supports a sound from 14 Hz to 48 kHz when the standard is 20 to 20. But beyond all these technical details, really when you put on the headphones and listen to music, you will have a very good experience, although this will always depend on your sound source, because if you are listening to music with a low quality, obviously the headphones will not completely transform that audio, but they do have high resolution audio certifications, so they are able to play music with a lot of definition. In fact, besides supporting the SBC and HC codecs, which are traditionally supported, they also support the LDAC and LTW HC codecs. These 2 codecs are high-resolution audio codecs, although the last one I mentioned is a proprietary codec of Huawei, so only their devices integrate it, so we do not see in these headphones the aptX or LHTC codecs, which are also usually high-quality codecs, but at least we can see some other alternatives. So I think it is very important for you to see which codecs your device supports if you want to enjoy the highest quality music, because if your device supports the aptX codec but does not support the H codec, you will not be able to enjoy the highest resolution. But even without using these high resolution codecs, the headphones sound very good. But for the more demanding ones, you definitely need to check first the compatibility with the higher resolution codecs. But what I can tell you is that the headphones have a very good presence of bass frequencies. The treble frequencies, from my point of view, I feel they are a little lower than I would like in the default format. However, through the application also have different presets. In its application, we will find a setting called Sound Effects, where we have access to different presets that are already customized. So sometimes I like more how it sounds by activating the treble amplification option. But the good news is that it does have all this setting for you to customize your experience regardless of whether your device has an equalizer or an equalizer. No, in fact it also allows you to create your own preset with a 10-band equalizer, so you can further customize your experience. Then the sound quality is very clear that it will be high, and also with the ability to respond to your tastes. In addition, it also has a very good noise cancellation that even comes with several modes. By default comes the dynamic mode, but you can also enable a comfortable mode, a general mode, or an ultra mode, even for much noisier environments. In fact, Huawei ensures that they have improved noise cancellation in quiet environments to make it much more accurate, and in addition to this you can disable the noise control, or you can also enable the attention mode to be able to hear everything that is happening outside, and even has a voice mode to be able to focus more sharply to the voices it detects around you. Then also in this sense we see a very complete experience that is not only of good quality but also leaves you as a user to choose what specifically you want. Next, you will listen to the audio captured with the microphones of these headphones, and we will use various levels of ambient noise through the sound system that I have here next to me, so that you will be able to notice if you can still distinguish my voice well, or if it is getting too lost when the noise is very intense.
Esta es una prueba de los micrófonos de estos audífonos utilizando el nivel 10 en el sistema de sonido. Esta es una segunda prueba utilizando los micrófonos de estos audífonos con el sistema de sonido en el nivel 30. Esta es otra prueba de la captación de sonido que tienen estos micrófonos con el sistema de sonido externo en 50. Esta considero que es una prueba extrema con el sistema de sonido en un nivel 70. Incluso a mí mismo me cuesta llegar a escuchar mi voz.
The headphones have Huawei's Pure Voice 2.0 system that tries to improve with artificial intelligence the capture of your voice to reduce noise, and the truth is that I think that if they have achieved their goal, because even in extremely noisy environments is still able to detect the voice. So also in that sense the experience is completely good. Obviously those microphones are going to be for calls and not to create content. Now let me tell you about the battery. Although we must make the clarification that this can always vary a lot depending on the type of user you are, the volume level at which you listen to your music, and even the frequencies that your music has. But in general figures, Huawei promises 1 hour of battery life considering the case. If you are listening to music with noise cancellation turned off, without considering the charging case, they can give you 6.5 hours of playback with this setting. However, if you turn on the noise cancellation, obviously the battery will be reduced by all the process it has to do. So with noise cancellation we have up to 22 hours of playback considering the case, and 4.5 hours of playback without considering the case. But when they are completely discharged, you can keep them in the case, and in 40 minutes they will be recharged to 100%. On the other hand, the case without considering the headphones can be charged in an hour, this through the USB-C port. But if you are going to use it with a wireless charger, it supports charging up to 2 watts, which obviously sounds very little if you compare it with the charging power that some cell phones support, but you have to consider that it is a much smaller battery. So with the wireless charger it would take about 150 minutes to charge. The battery experience I think is completely fine, and there is nothing to complain about here. We are now going to talk about the quality of the connection, because they offer us Bluetooth 5.2. Possibly this is one of the few sections in which we can complain, because currently there are already devices with Bluetooth 5.4 that would give us even greater stability. However, I insist that it is to be quite demanding, because ultimately the sound quality is still very good. In addition, These headphones allow you to be linked to several devices. In my case, I have them connected to my cell phone and at the same time to my computer. Although I must say that on Mac, the audio quality is very low, probably due to limitations of Mac compatibility with wireless headphones that are not AirPods. However, if you can connect them perfectly to an iPhone or any other device that is not Huawei and will be able to maintain this simultaneous connection so that if you have the headphones connected to your computer and suddenly a call comes in on your cell phone, you can answer the call and automatically make the change, then in the connection experience is also something very positive. And even if you use a Huawei cell phone, you could connect a couple of FreeBuds, i.e. 4 headphones in total, so that you and another person have 2 headphones each and can share content, watch music or watch movies together. In fact, with Huawei devices we'll also have a much simpler pairing because simply open the case for the Huawei device to detect these headphones and initiate the pairing with devices of other brands. You must go to the Bluetooth settings and find the list of compatible devices, but thanks to the case incorporates the pairing button. The truth is that it is not so complicated. And with respect to latency, there will also be differences. The best experience you will have when connected to a Huawei device, since in Huawei devices the low latency mode is automatic, but in other brands you have to enable it manually if you want to reduce latency to the minimum possible. What do you think if we listen to some tests of this latency first with a Galaxy device and then with a Huawei device? And finally, through the mobile application, it will also allow you to find your hearing aids so that they beep in case you drop them or something similar. It also has a tool to test that also fit you. These ear cushions, as it is crucial to choose the right size of ear cushions if you want to have the best noise cancellation and the best experience in the reproduction of bass frequencies. In addition, through their application, they are also able to receive an update, so it is likely that they can still be improved over time for the moment. This has been all regarding these hearing aids. I hope you liked the video. If so, you know you can indicate it, and we'll see you next time.